Talk some politics now, because the PDP is once again, as you can imagine, back in the news. The crisis within the opposition party continues to deepen despite the emergence of factional leaders, especially with the current development in the courts. It appears that one of the factions has taken the lead. The one aligned with FCT Minister Wike appears to be consolidating power following its recognition by the Independent National Electoral Commission. They appear to be invited to the consultative meeting with party leadership by the Independent National Electoral Commission, and the faction backed by the FCT Minister led by Abdurrahman Mohammed appeared for the meeting with political party leadership. This is coming after a federal high court set aside last year's PDP convention, which by the way has been appealed by the tinubu led National Working Committee. But of course, let's get some insight as to what this means for Nigeria's once great ruling party, once great opposition party. We have with us a member of the faction led by Abdurrahman Mohammed, Dr. Grema Kyari, Borno State Chapter Caretaker Committee Chairman of the Wike aligned PDP faction, to speak on what this actually means for the PDP. Good news or bad news? What does it actually say about the fate of the once great People's Democratic Party? Doctor, it's good to see you this evening. Thank you so much for stopping by.
Thank you so much. Good evening, viewers. Assalamu alaikum.
I suppose you're happy with how things are playing out right now. However, the Turaki-led faction of the PDP says this is unacceptable. INEC is playing favorites and they will see you in court once again. What are PDP loyalists, PDP supporters to make of what is playing out right now?
Yeah, thank you for this question. As far as we are concerned, we don't have faction in the country. What we have is one PDP, and that one PDP is under the leadership of Honorable Abdurrahman Mohammed and our National Secretary, Senator Samuel Anyanwu. As far as we are concerned, and of course, our teaming members across 36 states, including 774 local governments, we have been receiving calls from different parts of this country. What we have been receiving, people are jubilating, people are very much happy about the happenings in the court, and as well as what has happened today in the INEC. As you are aware, as you have rightly said, INEC invited our own leaders. They are there today for the quarterly meeting, where they had a very fruitful engagement with INEC regarding 2027 general election. So you can see Saminu Turaki-led faction, they were not there, and everybody can attest to that. And of course, a lot of them, particularly in my own state, they have started resignation from PDP. Some of them, they are now coming to us. And that is exactly what is happening everywhere in this country. And as far as we are concerned, and of course our supporters are concerned, we have now one PDP. We know they say they are going to appeal, and definitely they are going to face the same judgment.
Well, INEC says it has the interests of not just the PDP, but the interests of political stability. The INEC chairman has doubled down on that on day one during his screening at the Nigerian Senate. But what about the accusation that there is something unprecedented about INEC's role in managing the PDP crisis? Yes, it is the regulator of political parties, but it does not have constitutional powers to manage political parties. The crisis or the leadership situation of political parties is an exclusive right of political parties to manage them. Do you think INEC itself is overly invested in what is playing out in the PDP itself?
Yeah, if you could remember, last year, December, late December last year, INEC invited the two bodies, our own side and their own side. And INEC categorically, informed them that yes, they are law-abiding and they must abide by the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and they must abide by the Electoral Act 2010 as amended, where they said, as a federal institution, you understand, they will not accept order from a state high court from Ibadan. You know, when there was a 2 Federal High Court judgment here in Abuja, stopping Kabiru Adamagum led administration to go and conduct convention in Ibadan between 15 and 16 of November. They went ahead and seek for order from State High Court in Oyo State, Ibadan. And of course, after getting the order from State High Court, they went ahead and conducted the convention where the INEC refused to comply the order coming from the State High Court, because they knew that there are 2 order. One is judgment, one is order by then, stopping the convention. Federal High Court for that matter, you understand? And they went ahead and relied on the order from the State High Court in Oyo State, and they conducted without INEC. It was after the convention that INEC invited our body, our side and their own side. They said INEC told them to categorically clear that, yes, look, we are federal institutions, we are law abiding, and there's no how we can accept order from state when there's a 2 Federal High Court order from Abuja here. And after informing us this, immediately following week before Xmas, they issued a statement that yes, they have rejected the convention because they're not party to it.
Yeah, but I mean, we understand all that has played out over the last couple of weeks and months. We all know that whatever the victory, whether it's Tanimu Turaki had enjoyed a couple of weeks ago when some of the judgments in the Federal High Court Abuja had gone in their favor, or the most recent one that has gone in the favor of Abdurrahman Mohammed-led caretaker committee, it is still inconclusive yet, because this whole situation is still playing out in the courts because of the appeal process. But where does this put PDP, especially with 2027 in the backdrop? You see other political parties putting their house in order, and PDP is still stuck in this leadership crisis. Your camp is planning your own convention. We heard what the FCT minister said, his interest in Oyo State, and how he's beating his chest about obviously what is going to play out in March. That is your plan. The other side is also making its own plan to forge ahead with the expected victory in the courts as far as the leadership position is concerned. It does look like PDP is anything but ready for 2027 because of this internal squabbling and division. How would you characterize what PDP is facing as a political party as far as the contest of 2027 is concerned?
2027 is a bit far away because we have still...
Is it?
Yes, of course. We have 1 year plus. The election, according to any timetable schedule of elections, not as we have read in social media anyway, I don't know whether it is true or not, but it's between February and March that the election is going to take place. At least we have 1 year or so. So what we are saying is that these kind of things are normal in democracy, and it's normal in internal party democracy.
Do you think it's normal to have political parties this dysfunctional, this disorganized?
Of course, because they felt they are seeking redress, from court. Of course, it is normal because they felt they are aggrieved. But what we are looking at is they have not done the right thing. Had it been if initially they have done the right thing, things like that would not happen. Because if you could remember, there are a lot of states that went into congresses that are a lot of issues and crises that need to be resolved. They refused to do that. They rushed and went to the convention without settling the issues emerging from the state, emerging from the congresses of the state that that took place between around August, July, August up to September or so.
Yeah, but Dr. Kyari, one of the, I mean, if you go beyond the noise of who did what is wrong with what action was taken, is what is the interest of these 2 factions? It's very clear that the Tanimu Turaki-led faction of the PDP is interested in representing PDP as an opposition party. Your faction, however, has become an annex of the APC because we all know what Wike wants. And we also know that he is the leader of the faction led by Abdurrahman Mohammed, and they're practically working for the APC, for the return of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. This past week, he just inaugurated the Renewed Hope Initiative in Rivers State. So, is it not safe to say that there are clear demarcations, delineations between what you represent and what Tanimu Turaki-led National Working Committee of the PDP represents? And it's clear as night and day. One is working for the opposition, the other is working for the APC. And that side is yours.
Yeah, you have to understand that there's no doubt about it that our national leader of PDP is Barrister Wike. There's no doubt about that. What is happening is that you have to understand that there's a paradigm shift in Nigerian politics today. Researchers, political actors need to understand what is happening beyond their nose. You understand? They need to understand. New media, the CSO, are supposed to understand what is happening. Nyesom Wike has done a lot in Rivers State. Bola Ahmed Tinubu felt that Abuja, he has to undergo a reform in Abuja, and he needs somebody who is up to the task, who can do that, who can deliver this kind of task for him. That's why he invited him, and our leader accepted to become a minister in the FCT while he is in the PDP. This is a new development, is a new ideas coming into our body politic. It's healthy for us, because if a president who thinks somebody who is a party man, a critical stakeholder from different party, he's extending a hand of fellowship, inviting.
Well, he actually worked for him in 2023, so it's not necessarily out of some sort of altruistic concern about the welfare and well-being of Nigeria. His position is as a result of a compensation for his role in 2023.
No, I don't think so, because
You don't think Wike worked for Tinubu in 2023?
No, what I'm telling you is that we started looking, things up, the paradigm shift, new ideas started coming into our body politics. Right, 2020, 2021, 2022.
Okay.
You understand? These things are happening in those days. If you win in your party, extend a hand of fellowship to other parties for them to come and work for you.
But it's one thing to work for the government. It's another thing to turn the PDP into an extension of the APC.
Has it turned it?
Is that not what is playing out?
We didn't see it for now.
Are you saying that your PDP is not working for the APC?
We are PDP now. We didn't see it for now.
But PDP that works for APC?
No, we are PDP. We are not working for anybody. We are PDP.
But we know Wike is working for the APC.
Wike is working for Federal Govt of Nigeria under the able leadership of our President of the Republic of Nigeria.
Okay.
That is absolutely what is happening.
Dr. Grema, unfortunately, we're going to have to wrap it up for here at the moment because we have to segue into another conversation.
Okay.
But to be continued. That for sure is definitely going to be the last word on this one. So thank you very much for the analysis.
Thank you so much.